In this video, we're going to look at linking global hazards. In other words, a quick recap on the 5 global hazards, what they have in common, how to remember more by studying less, and C, social, economic, environmental impacts. So first and foremost, what are the 5 global hazards? You have drought, tornadoes, hurricanes, cyclones and tsunamis, which are all the same thing, just called different names in different places, but they are the same thing. You then have flooding, and the last one is tectonic hazards. Well, what are tectonic hazards? Your tectonic hazards are your volcanoes, your earthquakes and your tsunamis. So those are the 5 global hazards: droughts, tornadoes, hurricanes, flooding and tectonic hazards. They all impact a country in one of 3 main ways. And this is where C comes into it, a very good acronym to remember, especially when answering longer mark questions, because it gives you more information. Okay, so social, how it affects the families, the lives, the homes, the mental well-being and the safety. Think about your family. How is a flooding or a drought going to affect your family? That's what the social impact is. You then have the economic impact, the cost to the government, how it affects tourism, jobs, pay, your infrastructure, your roads and your buildings, and the farms. Farming communities are going to be very badly affected by these global hazards. The next one is the environment. Think about the polar bears and the poor little seals. How's it going to affect the climate or the ecosystem, erosion, and the effect on biomes? So that is the acronym C. So now let's look at an example that we can put into each one. So, social impact, evacuation, loss of lives, loss of family, loss of homes, hunger and food. That applies to all 5 global hazards. Let's look at the economic impact. Well, there's a loss of infrastructure, loss of tourism, farmlands are going to be destroyed, the cost to the government. Again, this applies to all 5. There is overlapping taking place. If we look at the environment, it is damage to the ecosystem. There is a loss of habitat, there's an effect on the climate, there is erosion, there is effect on the ecosystem. So, when we are looking at the global hazards, all 5 of them have things that overlap in C: social, economic and environment. When it comes to remembering it, you only need to remember 2 points for each, but they very nicely link. In the next video, I'm going to show you how we write a longer answer and we link it all together. So remember, 5 global hazards, they are all linked by C: social, economic and environment. Remember it.